What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums, and I just wanted to give you a quick video on the 10-gallon tank, and I want your thoughts on coralline algae growth in the reef tank. Now, I don't know what the rhyme or reason behind it is, because I don't dose in either one of my reef tanks, and for some reason, the 10-gallon has just exploded with coralline over the last year. And my 40-gallon, there's not a speck really on it. There's a little bit on the rocks, but there's none on the glass. And I'm assuming because this 10-gallon is mostly, if not all, soft coral, which doesn't really eat up the calcium, that the calcium from my water change is feeding this coralline algae. Now, I'm no expert, so that's just my guess on a few things that I've read and what I've watched, but the 10-gallon is doing absolutely spectacular. Just all the growth is amazing. How nice these soft corals and these really easy corals just, can take over a tank and make it look beautiful. There's a ton of coralline algae all over everything, as you can see. It's just covering the sides. I try my best when I do water changes to keep it off the front of the glass so you can actually see what the heck's going on in this tank. But there's no way I'm getting it off. If I ever do break down this 10-gallon tank, it's going to be trash because you'll just never ever scrape it all off. You maybe give it a vinegar bath or something, and just really get in there, but it wouldn't even be worth it when you can just buy a new one. The plans for this 10-gallon tank are to keep it. I was going to break it down, but what I'm going to do is just load this baby up with soft corals. I'm going to try to get some really, not rare, but just really pretty soft corals from my boy J Dubs over at Fragriculture. Go check him out on Facebook. He runs live auctions all the time, and he has some really nice corals. I've gotten most of my corals in my 40-gallon from J Dubs, Jordan Watkins over at Fragriculture. And they've always done really well. They've always thrived. They always grow really good. They ship very well. So I will continue to get my corals from him, as well as I love getting corals from Salt Critters. All their corals always arrive really gorgeous, packed really well. They've all survived. I've never had any problems with them either. So those are some two good places you want to check out. As far as the stock in this tank, the coral banded shrimp has been removed and brought back to my LFS after a year of being in here. He just started to get too much of an asshole to these clownfish. I mean, at night they couldn't even relax and find a place to sleep because he'd constantly be going over and try to nip at them and grab them. So I have noticed that the clownfish look really, they look way more happier without that banded shrimp in. I'm gonna get just a skunk cleaner shrimp or a fire shrimp like I had in here a long time ago. See if I can get him in here to, eat, pick off some of the leftover food and rummage around and do his job. Other than that, the 10-gallon is doing awesome. No maintenance 10-gallon, basically. I do a water change once a month, once every 5 weeks. And that's it. And I top it off, every 4, 5, 6 days, whatever it takes. I always have a little jug of RO here, and I know, I even have an auto top off over on my shelf, but I don't even feel like setting it up. It's just easy to, when I come down and feed the fish, just have that little container right there and top off, maybe 500 mLs or less, and it's good. Like I said, I do nothing to this tank except a water change every, sometimes 6 weeks. I don't have the time, and it's really nothing to it. There's no demanding LPS or SPS corals in this tank that need all that replenishment. It's really all soft corals, and as you can tell, they're all doing fine. So this plate coral is huge, just keeps growing and growing and growing. You can tell the one snail I had in here had babies, and they're everywhere. So hopefully those will grow out a little, and I can throw them in the 40. Let's take a trip over to the 40. Oh, it's got the blues on. Blues kicked on, so nothing's really going to come out good with the blues on. Well, I do have these coral viewing glasses. Let's see if we can put them in front. See if that does anything. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, look at that. So the 40 is killing it as usual. See these couple of mushrooms right here? I got those from J-Dubs. Cans from J-Dubs. Looking really, really good. 40 is just about the same. I do a water change on this tank every 7 to 10 days. And that's about it. I don't dose anything either. Hang on back. No sump, no skimmer, no problem. Tank is maturing very, very well. I'm looking to add one more fish in here. I only have 5 fish. Got my pair of Darwin clowns or black clowns. I got the 6-line wrasse. My favorite is there he goes, the hawkfish, coral hopping hawkfish. And then I got my yellow Watchman goby that was the very first fish I ever bought for this tank, and he is still alive and doing well. And I got the shrimp, of course. And I'm going to be ordering a new cleanup crew. It's been about 6 to 8 months, so since I'm around this week, I'm going to be ordering a new cleanup crew to get in here and take over from the old one, who you can tell has slowly perished. You can see all these empty shelves. You can see all these empty shells around, but other than that, the zoas are back in action. They are growing again. I do have a little cyano on the back side of this rock, but other than that, everything's good. Bird's nest has almost reached the top of the tank, so that thing should be, if not growing out, eventually it's got to get to the top. I'm just going to have to start clipping it and fragging it. But there's the 40. Glasses out. My aquarium box. Go subscribe, folks. I got to get my button gear and start making boxes. 10 gallon. I love just that view in the dark, and then you just see that. Also visit our website, shop.myaquariumbox.com. We got GFO for sale now. We got tons of food, rocks, aquascaping supplies. Everything you need and more is coming. Site is going to be huge. I'm out.